Moving forward again. Fear and panic can become your enemy. Fear is a major weapon during warfare. They're using it now in psyops, subtly, and some overtly. Renounce the fear and move on. I'm a hard ass. I'm not easy to get along with in person during death and destruction, and I have no problem at all with immediate correction or removal from a unit. I'm not going to be around panic and fear facing death and destruction. There's no place for it. Deception can be your enemy. Deception is a primary and beneficial weapon and tool of war. During the pre-incident, the crisis, and the open violence and open warfare, deception. I think we're all waking up pretty well, and have been, to the deception that's been thrown at you for decades. Now, unstable persons can create dangerous risk for your safety during open violence and warfare. This is not about, nobody's perfect, but people, with my background, I didn't have to put up with some of this. That was weeded out. Basic training and advanced training and selection process helped weed most of this out. Wasn't always effective, but these are issues that trying to tell you to marginalize your liabilities, reduce your liabilities now. Now, we're going to keep moving on here. Your enemy also, if the southwestern border fails or is allowed to be compromised, and you could have millions of pissed off and desperate Mexicans storming over the southwest borders, along with the millions of illegal immigrants that may turn on you and become your enemies. I didn't say they would do this, and don't call me racist for this. I'm not saying anything that's not documented. At this time, you won't know what, whom, or when something or someone, groups, may become your enemies. You don't know people until they get placed in desperate situations. Now, have you ever been in a nation that collapsed in the chaos, starvation, hell, and destruction, or open violence and open warfare? If you haven't, study it. Legitimate sources. There is more information than most any of you have time to sort through, is my point. There is enough credible information for you to come to your own conclusions. The Department of Defense and CIA have concluded through their studies and experience. Remember, the CIA, the British intel community, and the Mossad are experts at destabilizing countries and then blaming the boogeyman or something else or external circumstances. They have determined people will steal for food. People will steal for food 3 to 5 days. People will begin to kill for food 9 to 17 days. That's steal for food 3 to 5 days, and that's beginning. It won't stop after that. It continues and gathers momentum. People will begin to kill for food 9 to 17 days. I said begin. Your human life is endangered 3 to 5 days from no water. Better have a way. I've got almost 2,000 gallons water storage and recycling for drinkable and maintenance water here. And I have 3 springs within a half mile in the hills here. Most humans you're endangering your health and life between 15 to 24 days without food. Now, some studies in people may have higher or lower dates, but I'm using 15 to 24 days as if you were a unit and you got separated, or they couldn't relieve you with support personnel or supplies, food and water. These are what I would gauge as when there needs to be a contingency plan set up for someone and needs to be finding these resources. Now, it's naive to think that people will not harm you because you think that you're not violent. Hell, I've never been arrested or violent either. I've used sanctioned force and authorized it, sanctioned, but not just got pissed off and tried to hurt somebody or having a bad day and go around being violent or stealing. It is naive and can be deadly if you think because you have morals and integrity and you're benevolent and behave and follow the laws, when it becomes lawlessness and chaos and partial or full collapse, there will be people who you'll see a very dark side out of desperation and rage and fear. And just because you can restrain yourself and have compassion toward others, it won't exempt you. You can't rationalize with enraged and irrational mobs or marauders. They're beyond that point. If you think you're going to walk out the door and people are trying to burn you out, kill or rape or pillage at that point, and they're acting out behaviors that are consistent, that they have intent, motive, and they're going to do it, trying to negotiate with those people verbally is not going to probably work into you and your family's benefit. Now, we're going to have to start another tape here.